Hello there guys, welcome back to another online battle of Napoleon Total War. My name is Pixelated Apollo and this is a 2v2. I am commanding the British and my ally is also commanding the British. In fact, our armies kind of blend together. This is my army and this is his army. Like my army starts here and his army starts here. So I'm going to do the best I can to show who's who. Now if we look at the opposing side facing me, we have Denmark. I forgot the player names, but you'll see them at the end results. And we have the French facing my ally. Now the only two rules for this battle was no artillery and max 5 skirmishers. I think that's like the standard rule for Napoleon. So let's go ahead and look at the army comps really fast. Starting with mine, I have 3 foot guard. This is the best infantry in my army. I have 4 rifles, my skirmishing force. And then I have 4 units of foot. This is like the grunts of my army, the main center line. And over here I have 1 unit of Highland foot. In honor of the Scottish campaign, the stainless steel campaign, I brought some Highlanders. Huzzah! Hoorah! Alright. And then I have some Royal Scots Grey. Very, very deadly cav. I hate facing them and I love using them. And here's my general, Major General Picton. And hiding in the forest, ready for ambush, I have 2 King's German Legion foot dragoons. Very cool. Got some Germans in my army. Very awesome. So let's look at my ally's army. In the woods here, he's got some King German Legion foot. He's got about 3 or 4 units of them. And he has about 3 units of Highland foot. So he's bringing a lot more Highland foot than I am. And he's got his second line of infantry. These are his skirmishers. He's got about 4 units of light foot. And he has the rest of his heavy infantry, 3 foot guards, and 1 unit of 42nd Foot, the Black Watch. Very, very cool. He has his Major General Picton, so he's got a twin. So 2 Pictons on the battlefield. And we have some horse guards, and he's got some life guards. So he's bringing some heavy cav. Very, very awesome army there. I like it a lot. Now let's look at Denmark. We'll go ahead and press play. Denmark has, let's see, about 3 units of line infantry over here. And he has some life guards afoot. He's got 2 units of sharpshooters. This is his like flanking force. He's got some cav over here. He's got some light dragoons, some standard dragoons, and some life guards of horse. And look at their uniforms. Very awesome. And here's the general. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. And he has another army in the forest here. He's got about 4 units of line infantry, and he has about 3 more units of sharpshooters. They're just kind of waiting for the command to march forward. Now the French, let's see, he's got some lancers. He's got about 4 units of skirmishers, the Volgiers, or however you pronounce it. And he's got about 3 units of a young guard, 3 units of old guard. And here, it's like these guys were friends because they had the same exact strategy. They both have flanking forces. He's got this flanking force, and it has 2 units of Polish Legion. And he has some guard seamen. And he has a cav unit, some heavy cav. So that's the French army in a nutshell. Here's his general. Very cool, very cool. Alright, so this is a race to the mountain. Whoever can get the better terrain. So Denmark is marching forward fairly quickly, but I'm pretty sure he's going to capture this hill and have a pretty good terrain advantage. I mean, it's not really going to be an advantage because I'm also going to be on a hill, so it's going to be pretty even. Now, I was really happy at the enemy deployment because they were separated and stretched out really thin. And we are close together. Me and my ally, we're working together. Our entire armies are sticking together as 1 unit. And that means that all we have to do is push really hard at one flank. And all these like flanking forces here, they're going to have to rush to their main army. And that really puts them out of position. It makes them micro more. So I was feeling pretty good about that. Now I'm rushing forward my rifles. I noticed that he's rushing forward his light foot, so I want to help him out and try to get my men in position at the same time. Oh man, I really love Napoleon Total War. Just the online experience is really great. I like Empire for the campaign, but Napoleon for the online. Very, very nice. Though the Empire Online is pretty much the same. It's really fun. So I'm gonna try to use more camera effects. Like for example, we can zoom in like so onto the enemy forces. Looks like they're standing on air. Oh, okay, so here comes a cav charge. Cav charge from the French. He's charging in his lancers. This was not a good move because I could easily retreat my rifles, and now my foot are in position. Let's watch this volley. Oh. And I think the lancers got all caught up in the trees in this house, so they couldn't get a really good charge off. Here's my ally. He's helping me kill these French lancers. The finest in the land. Yeah, they are wasted. They are gone. Just completely gone. Yeah, I don't think they're going to return to this battlefield. At this point now I can push forward my rifles, get them back in position. My ally is still setting up his defenses against the French. The French are really spread out here, which I think is a good idea. You know, it's nice having nice long lines of guns. Denmark, on the other hand, he's more compact. He's got his forces really grouped up really tightly. So do I. My lines are not that thin, but I'm just focusing on Denmark. I'm letting my ally worry about the French. And I noticed over here that his flanking force is marching pretty quick. I think he's in... Yeah, see, they're running. They're very tired. So that's not a good sign. And I was like, I really need to cut them off. I need to divide and conquer. I can kill off half of his army. All I have to worry about is this cav hiding in the trees. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my very elite infantry. I've got my foot guards. I've got 2 units of foot guards, and I have 1 unit of the Highland foot. They're rushing into position to try to cut them off. If I can harass them, maybe get a couple kills here and there, or if I can get him to completely commit, that would be really good, because remember, I have this ambush force here. They're going to come out of nowhere and get behind the enemy. If I'm lucky, if I can pull it off here. But I think he's down. He's down for the challenge, even though I have the better terrain here. And I have another unit of foot guard marching over there. They're going to get ready. I'm using them as reserve in case I need them. So here I go. I'm going to march into this position. I also have my Scots Grey nearby. Let's see, where are they? Where are my Scots Grey? Here they come. I'm going to send them over to that flank. Because all of that cav, I want to have something against their cav. The dragoons. So his sharpshooters are getting some volleys off. Not really effective because of the terrain and the trees right in front of them. So I need to march quickly. My Highland foot are losing some troops here, so I need to get in position so my my line infantry can fire back. Very awesome. So keep a note on these King German Legion. Keep your eye out on them. You'll see what happens here. He's retreating his general. I think he feels a little bit safer over near his main body, his main force here. But mostly just my Highland foot are fighting right now, which is not good because I want to have all of my infantry engaged. Use them to their best of their ability. But the good news is that I'm fighting his sharpshooters, which you never want your skirmishers fighting line infantry because they'll be outmatched. You know, skirmishers are better for long range, so you got to do like a lot of kiting with them. Fire, run away, fire, run away. Alright, so once I noticed that he was marching forward as line infantry, I gave the call. I commanded my King German Legion Lightfoot to charge forward, because now his sharpshooters are unprotected. Their flank is exposed, and I'm going right for him. Look at his cav is even going the wrong way. He does not notice this cav charge. And then I give the word for the infantry to charge into melee. I've got my Scots Grey charging down the center. And I'm about to sandwich the Danish troops here. An English sandwich. He's sending in his cav, but it's a bit too late. And his men are in square formation, but that really doesn't matter because my infantry is going to be engaged in melee with them. So look at this. Look at this. I've got him right where I want him. He's sending more cav for reinforcements, but it really doesn't matter because his men are breaking left and right. Look at this unit gone. The center is completely gone. All I have to worry about is this little force right here. Let's get a nice little zoom in there. Whoa, getting a little laggy. It's a little too close. Alright, so he's retreating his cav there. So that was in a matter of seconds, I just wiped out that entire force. I'm pretty happy about that because most times my ambush tactics never work. I have to get really lucky to get to pull off my ambush is what I'm trying to say. So I'm pretty happy about that. And here comes my reinforcement force of foot guards, my reserve, firing at their square formation. I'm letting my infantry charge in there to finish off these life foot of guard, or I'm sorry, life guards of foot. Oh, I'm so dyslexic. Oh, so loud. I'm sorry, guys. Look at that. It looks so cool. And now I'm gonna go ahead and send in the cav. These units are really tough, so they're gonna fight for a long time. Meanwhile, the main fight over here, I'm just keeping Denmark occupied with this center force, and the French and the English are having a pretty tough battle right now. Looks like the English though are winning this one. So let's go back to this engagement here. Yeah, he pretty much gave up on this lifeguard afoot. He's not gonna send anybody to rescue him. I mean, he can't really send anyone. I mean, his main force has to worry about my main force. Here comes my foot guards, the reserved foot guards to finish off these the cav units, the lifeguards of horse. Putting up the good fight, boys. Look at this. His lifeguards afoot still fighting. It's crazy. They're just completely surrounded, and they're fighting their hearts out. But it's not enough, and they are completely evaporated into nothing. So he's gonna retreat, try to save the cav unit here, and he's gonna reposition his line infantry. He's gonna protect his flank because I am winning on the flank, so he has to set up some sort of defense against me. And at this point, I push forward my line infantry. So now it's time for the final blow here, just to take out Denmark. I've got him right where I want him. Got him surrounded, outflanked. His men are stretched out really thin. But if you look at the balance of power, this is still anyone's game, so I have to get a little cautious here. I don't want to get too cocky. Or too confident, I should say. Oh man, watching line infantry fire, it never gets old. Look at that, through the trees. I'm letting my foot guards slowly march to the flank because they've already fought a bunch of troops, so they need some time to rest up. And I'm doing alright in the center here. I wouldn't say that I'm winning, but it's pretty even. I'm killing off his skirmishers. He was a little careless with his sharpshooters, but that's okay. I don't mind killing them. And the terrain for me isn't that great. If you look at the point of view, they have to shoot uphill. I'm pretty sure they're not even getting any kills. This unit down here is, though, in the trees. And then I moved my skirmishers, I moved them down here, and they're going to get a good flanking position. And the great thing about skirmishers is they're long range. I'm going to be able to kill these line infantry from afar without them firing back. And this battle is going on over here. The French are not out yet. I think they are slightly losing to my ally, but he's got a secret weapon here, the Old Guard. Look at that! Look at that glorious march of the Old Guard. So awesome. So he's getting them in position. Look at this. His young guard is just getting slaughtered. They are not going to be. They're not going to become Old Guard, and that's a shame. Oh my God! Look at that. My troops are floating. The terrain is a little buggy. Oh my God! His men were inside the hill. What is going on? Craziness. So he pushed forward his line infantry to get in range of my skirmishers. It's a tough shot here. I cannot imagine that they're getting a lot of kills. Alright, so I've got my line infantry engaged, and then I push forward my rifles because my line infantry can they can shoot through them without getting friendly fire. His brave line infantry, outnumbered, holding the line. And look at, he's trying to reposition his line infantry now. Stretching him out so he can fight off all the multiple units of line infantry. My ally here, he's got his 42nd Foot of the Black Watch supporting me in this line battle. There's the Danish line infantry. Look at all the shots go overhead. Oh man. Gotta love the Black Watch. So awesome. Okay, so I charged in my cav here, and I outflanked his line infantry, and now I'm charging in my infantry, and his men just shattered instantly. They didn't even fight. They just, as soon as you outflank a unit, you really destroy their morale. So I'm gonna run them down with my cav, make sure they don't return to the battlefield. And Denmark, he's doing everything he can. He's doing the best he can. He's retreating his army, and he's trying to protect the flank of his French allies. But look at, I don't know what my ally was thinking here, but look at this. He could have a conversation with these guys. And oh my God. What point blank. If anyone misses, they should just quit. So we've got a very, very close line battle here. I mean, seriously, they could be like, how are you? Oh, you're doing pretty good. Like talking to the enemy, like, come on. It's pretty crazy. So the French they're charging in their skirmishers, it looks like. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Alright, so now I'm really pushing hard on this flank because look at this. They're preparing to defend against it. And the French, they're just running thin over here. They're losing on this right flank. Got some lifeguard charging into the Polish Legion. It looks like we're gonna have a little melee fight. Some light foot fighting in melee. My allies, he's gonna charge forward from. I'm sorry, guys, I cannot talk today. He's gonna charge forward some King's German Legion foot. And I repositioned my lines because they were like right here. And like right here, that's not a really good position. I've got them right on top of this hill, shooting down at the enemy. It's just dirty. Dirty, dirty. I'm starting to run out of ammo though. It's been a pretty long battle. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to just charge in everyone. And here comes that flanking force. Oh man. It's a beautiful sight to see all these troops march over the hill. And I give credit to these players. They're fighting so hard. I really hate when players just kind of give up and they're careless with their units. But they were pretty cautious, even though they were losing the battle. They still had hope, which I respect. I'll give their prisoners a quick death. Alright, so this unit has used up all its ammo. Oh yeah, that's where I charge them in. They start throwing their hats at the enemy, giving them all they got. The old guard, you're in for a challenge. Oh. And there we have another collision of infantry. More old guard fighting my foot. Yes, this is going to be a pretty obvious victory at this point, but again, I give a lot of credit to the opposing side for fighting and not giving up and not surrendering. I will always have respect for players like that. Oh, he just killed a bunch of his own forces. Oh, with that cav charge. So there's a big melee going on over here. And the French are crumbling over here in the front lines. Guard seamen, very excellent at fighting in melee. There's another unit using up all its ammo. Gonna go ahead and charge them in against the old god. And this is the rest of Denmark. Just trying to kill him off. Like, he's got him in square formation. Fighting on all fronts, completely surrounded. And England is outflanking the French now. So a very good battle. I was so excited to see this ambush actually work. Oh man, so fun. I love ambushing. Like when you set up an ambush and it actually works, it's very rare for me. So it was so awesome seeing that. And the French are just giving their all. Man, I really could not talk today. This is, you know what's funny? This is actually my second time doing this because my mic was like, the volume was very, very high. So like, I was just like, all right, cool, I finished the video. And then I listened to the raw footage and it was just like so loud. My voice is so loud and I had to redo it. It sucks, but it happens. Technology, things happen. So we have the French general doing a glorious charge. And they break. He's like, I'm gonna fight, but I'm getting out of here. Napoleon, where are you? Help me, Napoleon. Alright, so the rest of this battle, he's just running away his general, so I'm gonna fast forward actually. And somehow he gets out of that. I don't know how this general survives. My Scots Grey chasing him down. They break this Highland unit. And finally we finish him off here.
We have killed their general.
And that's the only general that dies in this battle. So here's the end results. I had 1,300 men, lost about 700, killed about 1,400. So I lost about more than half of my army, a little bit more than half. But I killed a decent amount. My ally, he brought a larger army, lost less, but killed less. And the two opponents, they got 500 kills and 600 kills. So a good game. Thanks to all the players in this game. It was a lot of fun. And I guess I'll show you the unit stats. I'll just scroll through them so you can look at all of them if you want. Alright, there you go. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was a lot of fun. And I will see you later.